Hey, welcome to Divine Honey Podcast. I am your host, your friend, Tamycka Johnson. This show is about human experiences. This includes thought provoking conversations and, most importantly, our Divine Honey guest sharing stories about love, life, journey, and purpose. And also, I have my co host.
Yeah, Tim Johnson. She didn't even give me a chance to introduce
I
myself,
really
but it's
skipped
all
over.
good. I'm your co-host. I'm little bro, you know what I'm saying, just playing second fiddle. But we here too. Shout out to Just the Key of Heart. We here, man. Co-host.
We in here. And please welcome our Divine Honey guest. Two guests today, you guys. We have Beatrice Edwards and Mary Jane Blystone. Mary Jane, am I saying your last name correctly? See, I'm in there.
Yes, you
I'm in
are.
here. Well, yes. So Beatrice is the founder, a UX designer, a digital strategist, and CEO of LyfePal. Mary Jane is the co-founder, SNR programmer, and co-CEO of LyfePal. LifePal is a social app, and they're going to be talking to us about that today. And our great discussion of women making a difference in IT. And I just want to welcome you guys on today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
How are you feeling? How are you ladies feeling today?
Outside of the gloomy weather, real good. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, we're expecting a little bit of snow today, so between 2 to 8 inches. But hey, it's all good.
It's all good.
Colorado is special.
Before we jump into everything, what we want to talk about a little March Madness.
Oh, for sure, for sure. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that filled out a bracket. I know a lot of hearts and love has been lost as these teams are falling. I had Auburn going quite far, lost Kentucky going quite far and lost, but without those, and I don't even want to call them Cinderella teams because that's not fair anymore. It's Division I basketball. Everybody makes it to that level to compete. So we should expect folks to come out and compete and be ready to play. So shout out to some of those smaller schools, how about that, don't get that exposure and feel like it's more of that David versus Goliath, but even though they're at the same stature of ability to play Division I basketball.
Nice. And B, you're into March Madness as well, aren't you?
I am. Once a Cyclone, always a Cyclone. I'm pretty pumped up for Iowa State to be playing Illinois on Thursday. So we can decide after we win, because we will, if we're going to kick, North Carolina's butt or Marquette's.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
yes. We're coming, guys. We're coming. Cycloning through.
Those Cyclones.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so I want to acknowledge we're almost at the end of Women's History Month. Wait, I got no women on here. And so that's why I'm so happy to have you guys on because you guys are women making history
For
and
sure.
making impact for sure. Tim, you wanna first, for both of you, how did you guys get into IT? Beatrice, you can go first.
Okay, so I wasn't always in IT. I started off as a chemist, actually.
A
I used to be
chemist?
a chemist. Yes, I used to be a
Oh, okay.
chemistry major. I used to be a chemistry major. Did that for about 5 years. And my older brother Ken, he lives out in Australia with his family. He is the biggest motivation I have in life, and he's always been into IT. He actually isn't in IT anymore. But growing up, I always looked up to him and everything that he did. And he was huge into IT back in the day. He was a contractor for Dell, I think. And that just made me literally want to switch my whole career path from being a chemist after I graduated to pursuing information technology. I started off with Java programming, transitioned to a more rounded scope of web development, went into UX design, dabbled with marketing, just all round strategy, search engine optimization. just everything regarding IT. I do have a couple of books out there to kind of help with startup businesses and anyone who isn't interested in that field that doesn't know much about it. And that kind of like led me towards the path of, working on this app. The app actually started as a way to communicate with friends back in the day. The code was released back in 2018. And between myself and Mary Jane, we've tweaked it so much and kind of gotten it to where it is. It was initially not intended to be available for the public, but here it is. So it's been a long road. I joined Wells Fargo back in 2008 with the hope of joining the IT department. That was not possible. I had to start off in collections and grow my way up, and that I left Wells Fargo still not joining the IT department. That was very disappointing. Just because, with IT, there's just so much. Once you know, you know. That knowledge will never leave. It's an ever evolving industry. There's AI now, working on trying to get, another degree in AI. But it's just something that never leaves you. And the fact that I never got to that stage, I don't know. I guess it's a blessing in disguise. But that was my initial reason for joining the bank, and I just never got to get to that stage of my career with them. So I am still in IT, actively in IT right now. I had to leave the bank to just focus 100% on that. So I am grateful for that, for this journey so far. It's been interesting. Yeah.
Nice. How about you, Mary Jane? How did you end up in IT?
My path is a little bit more unconventional. It all started back in the day in the 80s when Knight Rider came about, and I was like, ooh, I want to do that. So actually a show, Knight Rider, actually got me very interested on computers. And since then I started basically taking everything apart that I could. I was the only member of my family that I could actually program a VCR back in the day, and I was able to take things apart, put them together. I always had extra pieces, but hey, it still works, so we're good, right? Let's call them redundant. I was very good at finding the redundancies. Let's just call it that. And after that, I also fell in love with music, and I wanted to pursue a career in music. And my mom was very adamant that that I had to get a real career. And I was like, So I got a computer science degree, and then I got a degree in singing. So I'm an actual professional opera singer. But I still kept with technology. Also focused more on the learning management system business side of thing. And I just been involved with LMS for over 25 years. And where did that time go?
Nice.
Right
So
on.
I was one of the last generation to actually study COBOL at school before it was sunsetted. So yeah, I'm a COBOL programmer too. So
Well, I'm
Right
glad
on.
it's gone.
Woman of many talents.
So you guys kind of already touched on like your history and your experience. So I'm just curious about, what are some pivotal moments in your career where you felt your contributions that were made have made significant impact in technology?
I would say being able to share my knowledge and being able to teach for people that are interested in learning every day, I would say is my way of making an impact. In my current career right now, I am blessed to work with people who are interested in learning about not just what is going on right now, but what could come through. I am signed up for all kinds of future testings. I am heavily involved with everything Google has to offer and Microsoft. So anytime any new program is coming out, I do get the notifications, the emails to join in the testings, and being able to be a part of the growth of any new program that comes out is it's very exciting for me. And having people around within my immediate surrounding that I can share this knowledge with, and actually see it in action, I would say keeps me wanting to learn more so then I can teach. I've also been privileged to work with a friend, James Bell, who has good partnership with the DMAC and some local businesses, and they are interested in, STEM research and kind of teaching the kids.
Yeah,
So reaching out to the schools and also passing that knowledge on, for me, it's also very rewarding. Um, So I don't know. That's my point of view for that.
That's a very good question. I'll try to disclose as much as I can because my greatest achievement actually came with my work with government, the Air Force specifically. I was able to help a lot of the cadets and future cadets at the Air Force Academy. Um, and I was involved with very specific projects. I cannot disclose a lot of information, but that came a lot of our research that were actually brought out and put forward that I believe is currently being used out there in the field.
right
So
on.
me being able to help and contribute as much as or as little as I was able to do, to me that has been an honor, and I feel it's very rewarding to me to know that I not only help the actual students, cadets, but I also help my country.
Right
Mhm.
on, dope. So when there's always something positive, there's always some negative too. So if you guys could just share about some challenges, what are some challenges that both of you have faced being in the technology field, IT field?
Easy.
Discrimination is always a big thing. Um, I remember when I decided I wanted to pursue information technology 100%, I did reach out to the transportation industry here in the Des Moines area, with the whole scope of what I had in mind to kind of help build up um, the transportation system in the Des Moines area, based off upcoming technology that I knew we
Sure.
had in place that we could integrate into the system, to get that missing demographics. Um, I believe I was discriminated against because the information I shared was taken and handed over to a male counterpart to integrate into the system, because he was younger and it was a male. Am
Mm,
I upset? I'm not upset. The beauty of it is the information was accepted and it was used. Would it have
sure.
been better if I used that information? Absolutely, because it's something that I could have grown, um, worked on a little more and making bigger and better. Do they understand fully the scope of the project? No, they just got the little piece of information they had and just worked with that. So I would say discrimination, not being given a chance to actually work on your idea and grow um, within your scope, is one of the biggest setbacks or challenges I have seen as a woman in IT.
Right on.
Hmm.
Yeah. On top of discrimination, I will add egos, and
Right
egos
on.
for both parts. Ego. There's a lot of male egos that it's like, how dare you? You're just a woman. What do you know about it? And open mouth and serve food. That was very rewarding, but it usually has to do with a lot of egos and a lot of misogynistic views out there in the field.
Mm,
And one thing that we do have a knowledge also is that there are a lot of women out there that their egos get in their way when they realize that you know more than them.
sure.
They do everything they can on their path just to push you down or get you out of their way because they feel their ego or their own sense of self gets threatened by your mere presence. And
Mm,
unfortunately, reality.
Yeah, it's
Interesting.
tough. Like I can only imagine. Like we for those that are live, we do a little pre talk before just to make sure our mics work, and it's always interesting. And even now, being the only male on this call, I'm saying that I think there's a bias out there or a stereotype out there that the field of technology IT is made for males. You know what I mean? But I think in having this discussion, it's dope to learn and to understand and see that, there's more out there. Women can do the job just as well or even better. I think there's different perspectives that can be given to a field where it's been heavily dominated by one gender.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. We do
There's a
have.
question in the chat. Do you think there's a pay gap?
That is a really good question. And there has been. I experienced that in the past quite a lot often. But nowadays, I believe things are better. It could be better, but I believe things are in a much better place. And it also depends on where this is coming from, depending on the company. There's a lot of more awareness, especially
Mhm.
nowadays, about the gender and pay gaps. And a lot of companies have actually taken this to heart and have corrected this, but there are others that still refuse.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, B?
Um, I think the last time I looked at a research on this, for every dollar a man earns, the survey that I was reading, for every dollar a man earns in IT, a woman earns 84 cents.
Mm,
So I still do not think we are where we need to be, especially because um, the reality of it is, if the when a woman does a job compared to how a man does a job,
Mhm.
you can tell who did what based on how the job's presented.
sure.
In the IT industry, or pretty much in almost every industry, women do a more thorough job. Do we have a point to prove? Yes. Are we trying to let you guys understand? We know what we're doing. Are we constantly trying to prove ourselves? Yes. So we do a more. 99% of the time, we do a more thorough job. There are scenarios where guys obviously would commit to what it is they're passionate about, but emotionally, based off the humanity, when a woman is passionate about something, she does it. She gives it 110%.
Right.
So why can we not get 100% of the same kind of pay a man gets? Even if if you look at both resumes and we both have the exact same resume, it doesn't matter. I know it's always said we're equal opportunity employers. Employers try not to hire or look at pay based on, are you going to be going to maternity leave? What is your age? They try not to be obvious when they hire candidates based on gender. But the reality of it is, there's companies now that give men time off of work for paternity leave. So
Mhm.
if you're going to go ahead and do that, then you need to balance out the pace.
Right. I got one more question, and then Tamika, I'll let you go ahead and ask. You had said something about, because I guess when I think of, um, I'm thinking of like coding, I'm thinking of web design, I'm thinking of things of that nature. So you had mentioned, B, you had said that you can tell the difference between when a man does it and then when a woman does it. So how do you like break that down to me? Because you're not seeing the person face to face. They're asking you to do a service. We're creating all of this stuff for you, this content, whatever, what have you. We're creating this for you. The labor is the brain, what I'm saying, of what I'm capable of doing behind the scenes. So
Everything
I
has a
guess,
signature.
huh?
Everything has a signature
Okay,
behind it.
right on.
It's just like it's art.
Yep.
When I get done with my work, I got to present it. When you write out your code, okay, just like in coding class, for instance, everyone is in a group project. When you get done writing out your work, you have your brackets where you put your explanation in there. A guy's not going to take time to do that. You should
Mm,
already know what this code's going to do. But I am always going to take time to explain why that code is there, because I don't want you moving it.
right.
My code's here for a reason. you know so how we write our codes out and submit it, especially, well, in the last class I was in, you could tell the difference. And everyone has to exchange work, and then you got to turn in okay, so this is what I think of your project. This is what I need you to correct before we do our final submission to the instructor. Um, I have groups that I am on in GitHub where we do some, just some side projects together to kind of help ourselves grow. And it's the exact same thing. And it honestly does not even matter what country you're in. It's not a thing of locality or nationality. It's just mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I'm gonna get done before you. My code's better than yours. How is your finish? Oh,
Mm.
it's working. It doesn't matter. Yes, but what does it look like on the back end?
Right.
Um, so yeah, even amongst ourselves, there's still, that little difference on the back end. You can kind of tell. When a UX designer is transferring information over to the engineer, the software engineer, so that way they can present to you what you see
Mm-hmm.
as an end user. It's always in everyone's best interest to add that little additional code. These are the colors that are chosen, and this is why the colors are chosen. Um,
Mhm.
Not everybody does that,
Sure.
so
Yeah, when I code, I try to do enough explanation as to what each little bit of code does, and it's related to other fields, with the mentality that if someone were to come in and take over, they will know exactly what this does, not just trying like, oh,
Mm.
what is this supposed to do? Go back, and then something that could have been an easy transition can actually become like a year of just trying to unravel the mystery of what does this do, you know?
Right
hmm
on.
And a lot of times also, uh, we have a foresight, or we things like, oh, are we doing this? You know what? In the future, we can do this other thing, but for that thing, we need to prepare for this. So we kind of like set things up for the future. So
for
we
the
kind of
future.
help us a little, or help ourselves to set things up for when that happen. Okay, in the future we're going to do this, but we already kind of like do the prep work. So when that happens, it's like, oh, here's a comment. Oh, great. Do. Voila, we're done.
Plug it in. hmm
Mhm.
Yes. So, for anyone who's looking, any woman coming to be in this field, what would you say? What one piece of advice you would give them to maneuver in that environment?
For
Mm.
me, I would say don't always speak up. When I started in IT, I was not speaking up.
Mhm.
It's very important for you to speak up. Always volunteer. Any upcoming projects. Learn. Just keep learning. If always make time to learn something new.
Mhm.
Don't feel like, oh, I just got out of school. Don't be tired. Don't be tired to try something new. Don't be tired to
Mhm.
learn something new. Keep practicing. Things are constantly changing.
Mm-hmm.
Codes constantly change. The way things are coded constantly change. The IT environment is constantly changing. Don't get used to the fact that, oh, AI is there. Why should I learn anything new? AI is an add-on. It's a way to help what
Mm.
you already know. Um, don't fall into that rut, because it's thinking that, oh, with AI everything is going to be easier now. You got to remember, IT, computers are still a machine. Garbage in,
Right.
garbage out. What you
Right.
put in is what you get out. So again, my
Mhm.
advice is to just constantly keep learning, keep evolving with the systems, and just share your knowledge. Just knowing what you know and not sharing it is not knowing. If
Right.
you know and you share, guess what? If something comes up that you didn't even hear about, whoever you shared with that learned something will definitely want to share with you. It's always a good conversation piece, especially for people within your niche.
Right on. That's
Yeah.
powerful.
Yeah. My advice would be, it's okay to be out of your comfort zone. Don't be
Mhm.
afraid to get out of your comfort zone. And it's okay to make mistakes. What is not okay is not learning from those mistakes.
Mm.
I
So,
love that. So, so the big thing is LifePal. Tell us about LyfePal, because this is a wonderful app you two ladies have, and we want to learn more about it.
Okay, so LifePal, the idea of LifePal is positivity, where you can come onto a platform. Your newsfeed is your newsfeed. Go on there, spread kindness, learn important information, share important information, and just be you. Do we have watermarks put into place for nudity? Absolutely. Do we have it to where you can't use certain cuss words? Absolutely. We have those blocked as well. Do we still have people still trying to scam the system? Oh, we do. But
Yeah.
it's just another platform for you to come, be yourself, find your tribe, and we don't encourage bullying. You can do
Right on.
whatever you want to do on there, just don't be a bully.
More
So
than
you
anything, we are a safe space. We
Yeah.
truly are a safe space. And what sets us apart, I do believe, is that you only see your friends' feeds. That's it. No one else's. You
Mm,
don't see. You don't see like, oh, this other person put something in there, and you're gonna see it in your feed. Like, no, you only see your friends on the feed, and that's important because sometimes you see things like, why am I seeing this? Or
right.
Mhm.
that's something that both Beatrice and I kind of hated. So we make sure that that didn't happen. So, you know.
And just like with all the other platforms, we do have the option for you to create a group. We try to make it to where it's familiar to you. You don't have to learn anything too out of the ordinary. You can create groups. You can be part of a group. You can create events. You can get invited to join an event. Another feature we added is fundraising, and we don't have anything special for nonprofits. No, no matter what it is you're going through your journey, you can just go on there, and it's as simple as, it literally would take you 3 seconds to start a fundraiser. Um, you don't have to explain yourself. Hey, I'm broke. I need money for this. That's it. You don't need to put too much out there to get the help that you want. That's the whole idea of it. You don't need to put 50 pictures. You don't need to write like a whole textbook. Just put the information out there and share it with everybody. Once we see, if it comes through on our end and we see and we acknowledge the story, then we share it out with everyone within the LifePal community. We also have an option for people to post jobs. We have an option for people to actually upgrade their account. So there is an option to get a blue tick. We constantly kept getting asked questions about, can we get a verification badge? Can we get a verification badge? Well, yes, you can. For you to do that, right now, LifePal is a free platform. If you want to show your support, you can either be a sponsor by upgrading for $4.99 a month, and you do get your verification badge. And there's a whole bunch of other features that come with it. You can go live, you can do other things, but with the free feature, you can't do that. But there's still a lot of things you can do. We do have an option for you to become an affiliate where there's no limit to how much money you can make promoting the platform. For every qualifying sign up you get 25% cash transferred to you once you hit $50 in your account. But there's so much you can do. We keep telling, again, I'm all about promoting hobbies, ideas, businesses. If you think it and you go 3 days in a row, you can't stop thinking about it, put it out there. Tomorrow, there's no guarantee for what tomorrow is.
Sure.
Just do what it is that you want to do, as long as it's something good. No one's telling you to go kill anybody.
Sure.
Right.
If it's something good, put it out there, channel it into the universe, let other people know what your dream or your ideas are. You never know, you could be the next big thing. So we do have an option for LifePal pages. Go in there and put your information out there, and there's a whole new audience waiting for you to support what your dreams are.
And it's LifePal, LYFEPAL, not I, it's LYFEPAL.
So we
We
got,
do.
yep, I was about to say chat.
Yep. What is your user base?
User base is anyone over 17. And it's a global app. We're not just targeting people in the United States, it's just around the world. Right now, we have over 50,000 users on there from all over the world, which is it's pretty encouraging. It's pretty cool. Um, we have groups on there that, excuse me, we have groups on there that are religious, that use the platform to keep in touch with their audiences. We have groups on there that are academic. We also have health sectors in there, and we also have people in the vocationals. Um, so really, the platform is what you make the platform what you want it to be.
Mm.
Thank you.
Yeah, we also have some communities in there that they use our platform just for their own community, kind of like their own neighborhood, if you will,
Sure.
and
Mhm.
they just keep it very close.
Why LifePal? So if I'm searching for something else, why select or choose to become a premium user on your platform?
I would say part of the benefit of utilizing LifePal is because, first of all, you're going to be supporting a woman-owned business, something local to the area, and then also just because we don't sell your information. Again, we're big on privacy. It's a safe space. Um, it is what you make it. We do not have access to see all the stuff that you're putting out there.
Sure.
If anybody reports a page, or somebody sees and reports something, then we log on and we see the information that is reported. But you have access to all your data. Mm,
Yeah,
it-
we don't sell the data. We don't keep your data. We're
mm,
not mining your data. We're not looking to exploit the data as it had happened in other platforms. Like
mhm.
no, we don't really care. We just care about the people so they can be who they are and
Sure.
be themselves.
Right on.
And
Like that.
another thing, as a sponsored member too, you can actually put articles out there. You can monetize your content. So let's say, for instance, like my younger sister, she's a chef, and she wants to start putting out. She wants to start like her own recipe channel, but she doesn't want it to just primarily be on YouTube. She wants her own space. So you can actually start a subscription page within LifePal. So you start your page, and you can get people to pay to see what your content is.
Mm.
Mhm.
I
So
like that.
again, build your tribe and you carry through that way. I know Facebook, for instance, they have a scenario now where they are changing their Facebook groups.
Mm-hmm.
You can't post ahead. You can't do this. You can't do that. We're not doing all of that. We're not going to make it very complicated. So let's just say LifePal is a very, very simplified version of being social.
Right on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where
and when someone reports anything, here we are. It's just
Mhm.
Jimmy. We'll take care of it. You're
Yep.
a CNR team.
Any questions that come through in the contact link, myself and Mary Jane, we personally look through everything. Any questions that get asked on any of our social media platforms, we address them within 24 hours. So it's a very personable, and personalized platform.
where do they go to find this at?
You can find it on the Google Play Store. You can find it in the Apple Store.
Mhm.
Or you can, if you don't want to download the app, you can just Google lifepal.com. It's a LYFEPAL. Um, yeah. So you can either download the app, or you can just use it online.
The Google Play Store, that's for Android?
Yes.
Yes.
You know, yes, it's for an Android. Quit avid iPhone user here we have. So another question is, how do you manage a complaint from users?
It depends on what the
Okay.
complaint is. Mary Jane, did you want to take this one? Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, what kind of complaint are we talking about?
I guess for like if I were to just expand on that question, so like is there like a so like if you were to get like a complaint or a threat, is there an assessment that you follow, or what do you go about figuring out what the brevity of the situation of the complaint is? And I don't know if that's what Kate's
Sure.
talking about, but now it's just on my mind from that question.
Sure. Well, regardless of any complaint that we get, either Beatrice or I will actually look at it, and we will review the complaint. What kind of complaint is it? Let's say, in that case, one use. Let's say that somebody hacked my account, and somebody hacked my account, and I lost access to my account. Somebody hacked it, changed my password. And at that point, then we can actually look. Okay, I can look. I can look in the background, look at the IP address. Did somebody log in from a different country, log in there, change the password, stuff like that. Then it says, okay, easy. We can change the email that is associated for you to recover your password, stuff like that. We can analyze and see, okay, yeah, you're right. Somebody from a different country changed the password this time of day, does not match with your corresponding time zone or location. We just basically reset things and ask them, okay, go ahead and try to reset your password again. That's just one of the complaints. Another complaint can be vulgar or adult-oriented explicit content. Then we review that, and that's an easy one. We go there, it's like, oh, yep, nope, go away. And we immediately take care of those kind of complaints. And Kate, if you would like to specify your complaint. Okay, perfect. Yes.
Yes.
So yeah, no, we do care. We allow you to be you. We ask you to be respectful. As long as you don't bully or put any, like adult stuff for everybody else there to see and offend everybody. I mean, we're okay
If you
on
want to
it.
have adult stuff
And
between you and someone else, that's between you guys. Again, no one else can see that.
Mhm.
But once it's reported, then it's an issue.
yeah, and we're actually working on some sort of a verification for adult content. So even before you can try to post something for adult, then you need to be verified for that kind of thing. We're working on that, but that's just it's not out there, but we're working on it.
Yeah, and we're going to have that released by the end of next month, and it's just going to be as simple as pushing a button. If you do insist that's just who you are, and you want to always put adult content out there on your feed, all you have to do is flag it as adult content, and anyone under 18, if they happen to stumble on your page, will not be able to see that information.
What do you guys do? I know on a lot of other platforms, there's issues with hacking and taking over people's accounts. What do you guys have in place or protection for that?
For what?
Getting
For
your
hacking, stuff like that.
hacking. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We do have a multiple factor authentication. We're working on that as well. Excuse me. And what I did mention as well, if somebody does, because reaching out, you can reach out to us directly from the platform, but if you lose your access, you can still reach out to us. You can also send us a comment even outside of the platform to the platform itself, and you can say, hey, somebody hacked my account. And as I mentioned before, then we can actually I can look on the backlogs and see which IP address, where is that coming from. The user is from Virginia, and also this other IP address from Russia or India or somewhere around there, logged in, change your password, change your email at 3:00 in the morning for you, and going, okay, yeah, something is off at that point. And then we can basically quote unquote restore the account. We will reset the password so nobody can use, reset the email back to their former or the previous email that it was offered, and then we just ask the client, like, okay, go ahead and try to reset your password through the email that you have, and then they can follow the instructions at that point. So it's a more personalized matter.
Okay.
It's not automated. It's like we don't just we do a little we investigate. We don't just automate things for the sake of automating things and have somebody trying to exploit that feature in place. So we do look into those as well.
And we are
Although,
going to have, more people on board with us at some point as we grow. But for now, we
Mhm.
handle this on our own, just so that way we grow and we grow the right way.
Right on. I like
Because
that.
we do have people,
Yep.
everybody, whether you're a free user or a sponsored user, everybody has the option to have more than one account.
Mm,
And we have it set up to where you can switch back and forth through all your accounts. So as a
Mhm.
regular user, you can have 5, 10 personal accounts. You can have as many business pages as you want. But again, any issues that you have, you don't have to send the request directly through your page. There is a link at the bottom. Anybody can see whether you're logged in or not to contact support. Yeah.
Dope. That's real cool.
awesome. We have another question. What is the future of life? What does the future of LyfePal look like?
Yeah. Uh, well, we're trying to address. We always also taking advice from our users. Sometimes we get messages like, "Hey, we would like to see X or Y feature," and then we actually start looking into it. So we're trying again. We're trying to still make it be a safe space for everybody, and try to make it as appealing for everybody else.
Mhm.
Um, what does it look like? We're trying to grow. We're trying to make it appealing. We're trying to make it like so it feels like your own, basically, like your own space. B, expand on this, please.
Future of Life, pal. We are trying to grow in smaller steps and not try to grow right off the back. We have had scenarios where we've been given the opportunity to get investors to blow it out of the water, but I don't think we're ready for that yet. There's still a lot of things that we need to work on the back end. Um, the beauty of us having sponsors, because we even have lifestyle merchandise that we put out there for people to show. If you don't want to be a member, a monthly member, you can purchase merchandise, and all this goes back to helping keep the platform up.
Mhm.
Dedicated server, you know. We just need to make sure we work on keeping it as a safe space before we get too big. I know last year we partnered with Google last year with the cloud server. We've been working hand in hand with Amazon's AWS
Mhm.
for our database information storage, things like that. Coming up here again, also in April, we're going to be launching a new feature, and this is going to be giving people the opportunity to sell digital products. So many little things that we need to take care of
Mhm.
before we um, get too big.
But we try to keep it real. We try to keep it as personal as we can. We're trying
Hmm.
to keep it um, humanized, if you will.
That's dope.
That's
Just to get back to like real life real quick. I'm just curious. So being a woman in this field, what do you hope to see in terms of continued progress and advancement for women in the tech industry?
I'm hoping to see more opportunities for women in the IT industry. I'm hoping to see more, like most of the big projects, you do not see a lot of women coming up to speak on it.
Right.
I would say more partnership opportunities, even if you don't want us to speak on it, at least partner us with someone that would give us the chance to
mhm.
um, get our thoughts and our, just let us have the chance to be great.
Definitely. And
So
hopefully
in
a more equal level playing field. Sorry. Go ahead, Kamika.
what was that, Mary Jane? I'm sorry.
Sorry. No, I said, and we're also hoping that it's a more level playing field for all of us.
Right
And
on.
keep breaking down those barriers and those um, misogynistic and egotistical people.
Right
So
on.
we're all on a level playing field.
So, in the big scheme of what you're trying to do, what advancements in your platform that you would like to see for yourself? Like any type of developments, like a big development.
I would say for us, at the end of the day, we're going to make this as big as we can make it, and still keep the human piece to it. That's always been our end goal. Give people what it is that they want. LifePal has to evolve as times change.
Right
You
on.
know, how we are now is not always going to be set in stone.
Right.
When LifePal was first created, all there was a news feed, group event, and that's it. I was like, you know what? Let's just give people something very simple. But the reality of it is people do not always want something simple.
Mm-hmm.
They want to belong to whatever the newest trend is. Eventually, we're going to have to add reels to it. Are we in a hurry to do that? Not right now. Till we figure out all the little kinks, So the future of LifePal, again, where do we see ourselves later? We're going to evolve with time. At some point, we're going to add AI, the AI piece to it. But all that's going to take more collaboration, more partnership with, the big industries out there.
Sure.
Right now, we're still trying to work with Amazon AWS to figure out, what our options are for storage and database, because they are working with us as business owners and women in IT. Actually, they do have a special place for us, and so that has been very very comforting, very interesting. It's been an awesome experience. We did actually, when was it? 2 years ago, we were able to get partnership done with Microsoft to kind of help out here and there as well. They got us access to GitHub, where we got to meet some great mentors, and it's been a very interesting process, and we just hope to keep going from there.
That's dope.
Yep.
So question, this is just I'm a conspiracy theorist. So
All right, right on.
So how big are y'all trying to get? Y'all trying to be like in front of Congress? You know what I'm saying? You see like Mark Zuckerberg and some of the folks from Google up in front of Congress quite often about, what I'm saying, certain things happening. Is that how big y'all trying to get, where y'all getting summoned to come to court by Supreme Court?
Not for those reasons, though. Not for those
very
reasons.
Different reasons. If we get a Nobel Peace Prize, I would say that would be something that we're aiming for, but definitely not in front of Congress.
Yes. Speak it into existence. Nobel Peace.
Yeah, let's manifest that for sure.
You said it here first.
Yeah. Yes.
How can we support you guys?
Blow up, don't forget about us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We trying to take off too. Bougie Girl LLC. You feel me? We trying to get on too. So when y'all go, you know what I'm saying? We could still be down here on the bottom, but you know what I'm saying? Like give us a little stepping stool. You feel me? So
we said it here first, so we will not forget.
So it's already so. We have manifested it. It is so.
It is so.
Yes, I like it. Just a Cat Hart wrote, manifested. So we said it here. How can we support you guys? How can we get more users, more subscriptions over to LifePal?
Well, this is a great way. We really appreciate you inviting us here. So this is a great push for us, and hopefully we encourage everybody that is either listening live or on the recording feed to join us. Just come and check us out. It's free. There's nothing for you to lose. Give us a chance.
Nothing.
Yeah. Absolutely nothing. Give us a chance. And if you have questions, you can reach out to us. If you'd like to see something else on the platform, reach out to us. One thing we're working on is on having just a chat app by itself. Because right now you can do it on the platform itself, but we're working, like Yesri said, we're making sure that everything is set up correctly so we can keep moving forward. We don't have the Zuckerberg resources, right? But we are trying our best. Uh, we are very real. We are here, and we're here for y'all. So
Right on.
why don't you come join us?
Yep. So
Yes,
if you decide you want to support us monetarily, you can just go on lifepal.com and get a paid sponsorship membership. And again, that would kind of help with what it is that we're working on. If you do not have the funds, which times are hard, we understand. Just you creating a free account and spreading the word, getting people to come on there and join you, creating your tribe on there. That is supporting us as well. Following us on all our social media platforms. We are everywhere. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Reddit, Instagram, TikTok, you name it, we're there. Shoot, we would have been on MySpace if it was still there. Like we're everywhere.
For sure.
So
Yes, indeed.
and I have your
Yeah.
guys' information pulled up. I will put more all the places you can be found. Do so. I have. Can people hit you at your Gmail as well?
yes.
So if you have anything for them, I have that in the chat as well, and it'll also be put in their about section. And reach out to them. Also, I have my LifePal downloaded. Tim, how about you?
Well, I'm just learning about it today, so I'm most definitely going to go
Good.
ahead and get on the Apple Store,
Good.
get in the Apple Store, and go ahead and download it and see what it's talking about.
So before we close out, like I just have like a question, like kind of more on a personal level. What impact do you personally want to leave behind with
Mm.
everything that you're doing? What is the impact you want to leave?
So for me,
Personally,
oops.
go for it. Go for it, B. No, go for it,
Oh, I
B.
was gonna say, so for me, impact I want to leave behind is um if you have a dream, go for it. It took me a long time to step out of my comfort zone. Mary Jane,
There's that word again.
it took me a long time to step out of my comfort zone to make this dream a reality. Um, impact I'm trying to live, the idea I'm trying to put out there is if you have something you think is cool, share it. Don't wait. Um, don't wait for a sign, to share your knowledge, or don't wait for a sign. Don't wait for $1 million,
Mm.
Mm,
to be you, to be great. If something makes you happy, go for it. Impact is just that knowledge. If you have something to share, if you have a great idea, just put it out in the universe and let nature take its curse. Go for it.
A lot of people will say a lot of things for you.
We can't hear you.
we can't hear you. Your mic is muffled. Mhm. No, it's still a little
Ah,
muffled.
gotcha.
You guys, remember, share this. Anyone who's watching this, please share this broadcast. We'll be posting clips throughout the week. It's going to be on Apple Podcast. It's going to be on Spotify. Please share.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Great, awesome. What I was just saying is, it doesn't matter what other people say. They're always going to throw a lot of shade at you. They're going to be very loud and very vocal. But you know what? At the end of the day, don't allow them to dictate what you do. Don't give them the power over you. The only person that can actually decide your own future is you. And
Mm,
so nobody can tell you what you can and cannot do. We're the only ones that can determine what we are capable of doing. Let them talk and just go ahead and take action and go forward. And if something goes wrong, learn from it and keep moving forward.
Mhm.
But don't ever stop being yourself and doing what you love.
And also, always be responsible for your actions. Don't pointing fingers. That's old school. If
Yeah.
you decide you want to wake up today, own that. If you decide I'm
Mhm.
tired, I'm going to bed, own that. Don't say, "Oh, my alarm didn't wake me up." No, just own the fact that you're tired. Whatever your actions are, whatever you decide
Yeah.
to do or be, just own it. Hmm.
And it's okay. It's quite all right.
The Bible said, for Christians, and this might also be in the Quran too. It's Ramadan season. Um,
Mhm. Salam alaikum.
don't judge. Don't judge. It actually is a sin. So sitting
Mhm.
here judging other people, it's not health, and it's actually not even healthy for you. You're putting that much energy into, judging someone else when you could be putting that energy into making a better version of yourself. You
Mhm.
know. So
I love it. Tim, do you have anything for us for the ladies? Because you've had some great questions today.
yeah, I was just trying to activate my account. Um,
What?
I would just say keep going. You know what I'm saying? I think this is beautiful. Um, I think the fact that there's still a lot of opportunity just for you guys to grow, and then also the responsibility and privilege that you guys both hold in being in this field where you know that women offer such a unique perspective that is different. I think the fact that you guys were saying that when you can tell the difference between who is coding what, I think that's powerful because I would imagine I had to do a web page class in high school. I did that class instead of doing ceramics because I hate doing clay. So I was like, let me do a web design class, and just doing that stuff and coding is hard and it's challenging. And then you guys take the time to make it yours so that people understand it, and then also so that it can always survive and live. I think folks have been in the field and become complacent and lazy and just and I'm making an assumption and I don't know, and I could be overgeneralizing, I don't know, but let me know. But when people have been doing something for so long and it's the same type of way that it's been doing for so long, I think it's time for folks like you all to come in, kick those door down so that other people can be innovative like you guys are in doing this work.
absolutely.
Great.
No, I
Yes.
I appreciate you guys coming on. Again, I want you to drop all your information. Tell them where they can find you. We just repeating it throughout the broadcast where anyone comes in. So tell them all where they can find LifePal again. A shout out.
You can find us on Facebook at LifePal, Instagram at LifePal. We post daily. We're on Twitter. We're on TikTok. Um, we definitely need followers on TikTok. We're on Reddit. We're on Threads. We're on YouTube. We post how-to videos on YouTube. So if you ever need to know how to create a business page or how to start a fundraiser or how to post a job, anything, please follow us on YouTube as well. And so when we put out new videos, we do have volunteers that do that. You get notification for that as well. So yes, we're everywhere.
I love it. I didn't know about the tutorials that you guys have. I'm gonna go check that out for sure.
Thank
Thank you for
you.
sharing that.
Right.
Um, any last words?
I just want to say again, thank you to you both, and thank you to your
Absolutely.
audience for giving us this opportunity and for this time that we spend here together. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. It has been really fun.
It has. Thank you. Thank you
Yeah.
for your
Thank you.
support. Thanks to everyone who's watching live or in the replay. We hope you enjoy the app or the web page. Your ideas are more than welcome. Even if we don't implement them, we will listen to them anyway.
Right on.
Feel free to reach out via email or the link for the contact form.
Awesome.
We're here.
Nobel Peace Prize. Nobel Peace Prize. I'm manifesting it for you. Well, you guys, thank you for tuning in and taking time on this lovely Sunday. You can listen and rate the show on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. I will put all the information in the comments where you can find LyfePal and then where you can watch this on the other or listen to this on the other platforms. If you're interested and if you know anyone who's interested in being a guest or you have topic ideas, you can send an email over to bougiegirl.com. Let me put that up. Where is she at? Not bougiegirl.com, but bougiegirl at gmail.com. That's BOOSHEGURL. If you have any questions for these ladies, you can please drop it in the chat. You can also email them and reach out to them directly. Until next time, you guys, peace and blessings.